Hello, everyone. This is Rick, and welcome to Astral Club. This is Summoning Your Earth Elemental Guide. Before we get into it, just want to mention Patreon. If you'd like to support the work of Astral Club, you can certainly do so by going down to the description and clicking on the Patreon icon. When you do, you join a group of great people, talk about things back and forth, answer questions. It's a fun time. Next up, private lessons. If you want to learn how to astral project or just improve your abilities, go down to the description section and send me an email requesting more information. Okay, before I get into the Summoning Your Earth Elemental Guide, I just want to mention, if your comments go missing, it's not me. The tube is a big sensor, and they have this whole program, this whole algorithm that seeks out a lot of different stuff. And sometimes they just decide that your comment isn't a good comment and they get rid of it. So don't blame me. It's the tube. I'm sorry. I'll apologize on their behalf. Okay. Elementals are the alchemists in the Middle Ages believed that reality was summed up in the various elements: earth, air, fire, water, and ether. Just think of ether as empty space for right now. I don't want to get into it. And when I was in college, I went about using a different method than this. It was more abbreviated because I was doing ceremonial magic, and I ended up summoning fire and air elementals. I wasn't really attracted to the water or the earth. Certainly the earth one is a problem for me because, I get this whole claustrophobia thing. But for those of you who claustrophobia isn't a problem, you might be interested in this particular method of contacting your earth elemental guide. So let's get into it then. The first thing you want to do is sit outside in a place where you won't be disturbed. And it should preferably be somewhere out in a little bit of a rural nature type of situation. And maybe in a forest somewhere where it's quiet, it's peaceful, and there's not, like a major highway 50 yards away or what have you. It's just a lot easier not only to concentrate, but it's also easier to summon this type of being when you're not immediately immersed in mankind's creations. So be somewhere close to nature, quiet. What you want to do then is sit down, get peaceful, close your eyes, and take some relaxing deep breaths. That's inhaling through your nose, holding it for a few seconds, and then exhaling out your mouth. You do that a number of times until you feel your reality shift a bit. And in the process, your breath should help to still the chatter in your mind and relax your body. Next up, you want to focus on your heart in the middle of your chest. Imagine you are breathing into your heart a beautiful golden light, seeing or feeling it filter out through your body as you exhale. You breathe in golden light, breathe out gold light into your body and your aura. See or feel the golden light run through the soles of your feet and your spine, connecting to the earth below, like you're a golden tree. Okay, that's the key part here. You're becoming, in essence, a spiritual tree, because that's how you get in contact here. Next, as you take your roots and through the earth, open your senses. How does it feel? How does it smell? Pay attention. What thoughts come to you of the earth? That's important too. Without judgment, allow every sense of the earth to come to your awareness. If you're doing this right, you're going to start sensing things in a little bit of a different way. And it won't necessarily make logical sense. That's good. That's what you're looking for right now. Because the intelligence that's coming to you now is not of man. It's of nature. And nature does not follow man's logic. Next, imagine yourself burrowing into the earth, knowing you are completely safe and supported. Melt into the earth. That means surrendering the ego, because the ego is not your friend in this situation. You want to become one with the earth. You want to journey into the depths, deeper and deeper and deeper, connecting as one with the earth. At the core of the earth, you're going to reach a cave lit with candles. Relax here, enjoying the comfort of the earth all around. I wish I could, but when you are ready, call on your elemental guide, asking for your earth guardian to make themselves known to you. Open your senses and your heart as they approach you now. Get to know your guide. What do they look like? Because they take on various shapes. So it'll be interesting. Pay attention to that. How do you feel in their company? I don't know about earth elementals, but I know air and fire elementals feel very different. You know how I'm used to scanning humans. Trying to scan those creatures is a very different experience. And it's like it seems like almost a lot of disconnected thoughts because there's no chain of logic that typically humans have that you can follow when you're scanning someone. But when you're involved in talking or communicating with these entities, like I said, I haven't done the Earth one, but I can imagine it's not going to follow a string of logic that humans would typically create. So just be open to whatever input comes to you. Ask them any questions you may have. For example, you can ask their name. It'll be interesting to see what they say with that. Opening your senses as the answers come to you. That's important. Just be open to it. Don't try to outthink it or overthink it, because that's one of the dangers of being human, is that we want to take this information, say from an elemental, that is profoundly inhuman by definition, and then we try to press it into a mold, form it into something that makes sense to humans in the way that we think. But if you do that, you're actually hurting the experience, because you're missing something. Then you're misinterpreting the communication. The main thing here is just be open to whatever comes. Don't try to make sense of it. You'll have time later on to second guess yourself. But for right now, just pay attention to what comes your way. Your earthly friend specializes in physical healing and loves to pass on that gift to you. Certainly, the earth is a masterful healing entity. You know, the whole Gaia hypothesis. All healing comes in one form or another through the earth. If you feel guided, ask them for a healing. Perhaps they will do this by laying on hands. They may point you to different rocks or crystals in the chamber that you might want to hold to heal your ailments. Whatever they do, receive it all with gratitude. Once again, don't overthink it. Accept what they give you. Humans, we're always second guessing. Ugh. Relax into the healing session. Let go of old pains, tensions, and labels that you may be carrying. Know that you are perfectly healed, fit, and well, always. Spend as long as you like in the meditation. When you have finished, thank your guardian and ask them to ground your energy before slowly bringing your awareness back to where you are sitting in the present moment. I wouldn't think that would be as much of a worry dealing with an earth elemental. I know when I was dealing with fire and air elementals, the whole grounding thing, I remember the first time I did it, I was out in outer space when I came back. I remember my roommate was like, dude, what is wrong with you? Are you high or something? And I was like, no, it's just, I just hadn't taken any pains to try to ground the experience, that I was still out there. So when you're dealing with earth elemental, I would think that the grounding experience should be a lot easier just by the very nature of the earth elemental. When you come back, get yourself a drink of water and something to eat. It should be something light. I mean, don't dig into a steak and a baked potato right away, okay? Something light. And if you received a healing, make sure you extend, thanks once again. And write down the insights that came to you, because you may want to review them in the future. And if you wait, believe me, you're going to forget things. And it's just best to have like a notebook there and just write it all down while it's still fresh in your mind. Okay, if that was something interesting, please hit the like button, share it with those of like minds. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comments and questions about this process. Have you ever talked with any elementals, earth or otherwise? At any rate, this is Rick, and I will see you on the astral plane.